Yeah. I came with the facts, got the date, got the text, got the calls, got the screen, got the pieces in the stack. They talk big, then they vanish when the truth hit the light. Try to twist what they said, but I kept it airtight. I don't fall for the noise, I don't fool for the hate. If I say it, I can show it every time, every day. They don't like what I found, they don't like what I keep. Try to paint me the villain when the proof is concrete. But I stand on the truth, hands steady, eyes wide. If you throw me your lies, I throw back the receipts. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, they can shout, I don't flinch. Snoopy's files, every lie gets a pinch. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, try to bend, I won't switch. Snoopy's files, yeah, I keep the whole clip. Now they come for my name, try to bruise my good heart, throwing dirt in the wind, hoping it can tear apart what I built with the truth, what I earned with my time. But I keep all the screenshots, line by line by line. They can scheme in the dark, they can post what they want. I already know the angle, I already know the kind. And the more that they talk, the more clear it all gets. Every mask that they wear turns to proof when it's checked. Let them run with the story, let them chase after smoke. I stay calm, I stay ready with the facts in a row. No, I don't need to shout when the record is right. I let truth do the talking every day, every night. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, they can shout, I don't flinch. Snoopy's files, every lie gets a pinch. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, try to bend, I won't switch. Snoopy's files, yeah, I keep the whole clip.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. Hey, Corinne. Hey, Plotter. Hey, watchers. Who's been acting like a dum-dum this time? Star, you're on the docket. You are on the docket. Congratulations, you dumb bitch. I don't know if the music is playing. Can you hear the music in the background or... Let me see. Okay. Hopefully that's not too loud. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, but hey, Junkyard. Yeah, so what I'm covering is Star. Star has been over on another person in another sector's panel. And once she's up there, she's speaking about me. So ordinarily, I don't care. But the only reason I'm addressing this is because she seems to be offended that I'm out here calling out people's microaggressions or racism. So she took to a person's platform to just run me into the ground for that and saying that she finds it weird. She says that I spoke, hey, the Soul House, welcome in. She says that I am speaking from African-American experience, which I am not. How the hell could I do that? My question is this, sir. Why does me calling out this stuff make you uncomfortable? Because it's starting to make a little bit more sense as to why you support Jelly. And it speaks volumes that you as a white person are uncomfortable with it. That you have to go to a different sector entirely. And that's the worst. You can come up with something positive that I do and you will make it into something it's not. Exactly, Plotter. Tell her to stop blackfishing. That's another thing, Star. You go under the radar with this an awful lot. You had a lot to say about Polly doing it when you were basically her co-host. You were doing the same thing. You wrote over an Al's chat plenty of times. Stuff that was questionable. You also stated you were not white. But you are. Because that got put out there too by another CC. Your picture was put up. You're as white as I am. So there you go. So why are you blackfishing, using emojis that are not of your skin tone, if you like? Why would you be pandering doing that? Why would you be backing up Jelly? Why would you be supporting Jelly? Let me play you something. Here's the thing, right? Manji's after getting called out for all of her stuff, and she's saying that she doesn't know history. It doesn't really apply to her because she's Canadian. But it actually does, because that's the space that she occupies, is in the black tea sector. Bleeding ignorance, coming across as completely dismissive and diminishing. This is exactly what Star is doing too. So this is kind of like a continuation on. But here's the thing, Star, you're fucking American. You are American and you have this shit going on. So you've got people all the way over here that can see issues with how problematic you are, but you don't. Here's part recording.
If somebody was pro-black and they just didn't want to talk to anybody outside their race, and that would be a whole other issue. But you can be pro-black and not be racist. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't see what the problem with that is.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't got time to listen to no motherfucking racists, because at the end of the day, racists can't open up doors that, let's say, somebody else who's from the other race can.
The other race. You didn't inform him you want Black Star?
That's what I was trying to tell you. That's what I was feeling like Snoopy does. She talks like she can speak from a black woman's experience, an American black woman at that. And I'm just like,
wait, stop,
what the fuck do you know?
Wait, stop, hold on. You owe Juicy J's internet, and what you just say to me, she what?
The way that she talks is like, I told you this before. She speaks as if she could talk from an American black woman's opinion or experience, or how she would think or feel. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you know? You're not even from the United States. You're not even American at all. And you're white. You're from Ireland. Fuck do you know?
Yeah, ain't no beating them allegations.
If anything, I would know more than you do. What the fuck do you know? And I wouldn't even speak on that, because how can I speak for that? I could speak on something I've seen maybe, but I can't speak as if I'm the person, you know what I mean? That's crazy. But she'll deny it and say that she doesn't. I mean, Lacey, do you feel that's what she does? See if Lacey feels that way.
Hold up. Gotta do something.
Now, if somebody was pro-black and they just didn't want to talk to anybody outside their race, then that would be a whole other issue.
There's loads in that little short clip. Let me ask you something, Sarah. When have you ever called it out? Nobody is here asking you to speak on behalf of somebody. I'm certainly not doing that either. Oh, you slow fucking bitch. I literally did content to show the civil rights movement here in Ireland and how it have shaped politics over here, which was a direct derivative from modeling from the civil rights in America. So the whole concept of racism or discrimination, or how in God's fucking name can you sit with Jelly and you say shit like this, and the best you can come up with is, I'm in another continent or I'm in another country, so I shouldn't be fucking saying anything? Do you know who should be? You. You should be standing for it. You should be opening your mouth. You should be telling Jelly what's wrong with what she's saying. You. So why don't you? Why don't you do this? How are you offended as a white American woman? Hey, Cherie, good morning. Hey, EJ. How can you be offended by what I call out? That doesn't make sense. The only reason you would be offended is if you aligned with Jelly on her fucking attitudes. Here's a short clip I want to play for people. Let me show you something, Star, you dumb, slow fucking bitch. There's no sound. Oh shit. Okay, let me see. And we can put back on and see what it should play. Okay. 1 second. Let me turn off the music here. I'm going to say sorry about this now. I'll turn off the music and hopefully it'll play over it. You see. Pause. I'll take it on, turn it on.
What spurred him on to become involved in the Irish revolutionary movement. He said, when I saw what was happening to the people of Congo, I discovered my inner patriot. And he recognized that the struggle of the people of Congo and against empire and colonialism and slavery was exactly the same struggle as Irish people were fighting against colonialism and the dehumanization that the British Empire had used to subjugate Ireland, even to the extent of starving millions of the population and annihilating people in a genocide. If you have any respect for our tradition of resistance to empire, not only do you never go along with racism, but you understand that the struggle against racism is absolutely central and integral to the liberation of all of us from injustice, inequality, poverty, and all the ills that this society visits on ordinary people.
Hopefully that played. Did that go through? It's working now. Good. Finally, I got it. So there you go, Star. I don't have to be black and American to have empathy or to understand somebody else. And ignorance is not a defense. But you're offended by what I'm saying or what I'm doing. I don't speak for people ever. But I do have an understanding that clearly you fucking don't. So maybe stand for something. Something else I want to pull up. I don't know if you saw Phantom's. Now, in fairness to Phantom, he pulled this the other night, right? Oh, it's gone. When I came off shared screen, what happened was I'm after losing all this. Oh no, they're there. Good. Okay. So over in Phantom's the other evening, Melissa had put a comment in. And the chat over there rightly pulled her up on it. And she claimed she did not know what the word was for, that Trevor Green had coined the phrase, and she was just basically calling them. So let me show you. The word I have blacked out here it's Ben's name, but without the letter E, there's an A. And this is what the commotion was over. And rightly so. So the conversation, from what I saw on the live, it wasn't even about Ben. Okay. That's a bit mixed up on it. Okay, there's a few things on this, right? Let me skip. Okay, see Texas Body? She says, yeah, that's why everybody keeps spelling it like that. It's not. I don't know. Again, ignorance is not a defense here. I don't think there's even anybody on this side who doesn't know what that means. But you're on panels, you're around, you're American as well, and you're around a lot of spaces where you will be very much aware of what that stands for, in my opinion. And it's not a single event either. This has happened over and over. What was interesting was Lemonade, shout out to her. She had said in the chat that at one stage, supposedly Melissa had called Bridget a slave. You see it there? Lemonade got on to Melissa in the chat. I think she said it was over in Kimmy's, and she was a mod there at the time. But she pulled up Melissa and got Melissa to apologize in the chat. There's been a couple of things. Also, the 2 songs that she shared that time with the N-word in a Hey OGM. And then there was a lot of people offended because a couple of people had commented on her under her post and asked her to remove it because of the N-word in it. And then she said she didn't realize what the song was, that was in it. It was an oversight. But then seemingly it was posted twice, because when she removed it, she thought it was gone. But yeah, everyone else kept telling her, when I'm saying everybody else, she kept getting told that was still there. People could still see it. She said she couldn't see it. She was on We the People, and We the People asked her about it. And she said just like that it was an oversight. Which is kind of weird, right? Because in the chat, they're talking about that too. They asked Melissa to go up on panel and explain her comment and explain how she did not know what that word meant. There's also another Melissa account going around, and I don't know if that's a troll account. Apparently it is. I don't know. But it's neither here nor there. When you have certain things that keep coming up when you're in a predominant black space, it's very disrespectful. And you're American. You're American. So I would imagine that you would be more clued in on this stuff than even we would be. I was there for that. I saw that, but I didn't see any of it. So I don't know what's going on. Okay. Is she 100% copycat at OG to get Young's attention in? I should try and just reading some of these comments. I want to be right back for Black Americans, creepy black vision. Exactly, Leona. And this is the thing, right? You get people that pulled her up over in Phantoms. And Melissa is kind of like one person who at the minute this is happening to, okay? There's one person who's after saying something else again that has offended people, rightly so. But she's only one person. Why aren't you calling that out, Star? She's white. Would that be more comfortable for you? Why aren't you calling that out? Why are you not using your voice for good? Why are you over there just kind of sitting with Jelly, defending her, and running fake narratives everywhere and shit stirring? I don't know what's going on with Melissa, but there was people asking her in the chat about the song. Tanika went up on panel. Tanika and her, apparently, they kind of got some distance between them from the last. Hey, Maria. They had some distance there in the friendship from the last occasion, if you like. From when she posted the song lyrics. And according to Tanika, and I think anybody that knows and is familiar, it's very hard to see or accept that you wouldn't know what the word meant. It really is. She actually asked Famby to lay off Star with prayer hands just a few days ago. It is pathetic. You know what else is pathetic? At the same time that this is going on with Phantom and Melissa, right? You've got Jelly. And Jelly is putting up posts. And what does she say? She basically calls Melissa the sacrificial lamb. Let me read it. Let me pull it up here and read it. Looking for a reason to be Melissa 37. Come on down, sacrificial lamb. And then she's 6'5", laughing emojis after that. Okay, not funny. I can tell not many know what real racists are like. So she can tell. I bet you can fucking tell. We can all see it. Real racists would honestly never even go to a black CC's channel. Wow. What a lot of bullshit. They definitely would not support them unless they had a lot to gain. Y'all wash, rinse, and repeat on these white women in the black tea sector. You're white. You're white, which was never the black tea sector until it hit Phantoms. Everyone just said tea sector. Don't try to lie. Then again, laughing emojis. You're also worried about racism, but asking for segregation. Help me, Lord. If you are not wanted, leave. You're in a place, they said that it would be black colonized, and then called me a colonizer for my skin tone, not my race. You're not dealing with real people. If they can say whatever they want and you are picked apart for any little thing, you know what the difference between me and 37 is? I wouldn't go along to get along. I wouldn't kiss ass. And she did, and they're still jumping her. I will listen to whatever the fuck music I want. I will not edit my shit, laugh my ass off. If I post lyrics, then I posted lyrics. Here's what you fail to realize. The artists making the music know all shades and are buying tickets and going to their concerts. You think that they care if someone sings what the hell the lyric actually is. I would expect absolutely nothing more than this from you, Jelly. This is you pretty much justifying all the shit that you have said over time. I'm basically telling Melissa it's okay. That's what you're doing. This is you doubling down. This is you showing who you are. Making a pathway for Melissa, like Melissa's the victim. Melissa's no victim here. Melissa said something that she should absolutely be held to account for. She should absolutely be aware it's not appropriate. And Star, you have no reason to feel offended by me calling this out. None. So then she goes on to say, I'd be mad if they changed my shit and filtered it. Y'all are describing slight prejudice and white privilege with 37. She's too much of a coward to speak up for herself, but your Darvo tactics and mob mentality, along with the oppression Olympics, makes it hostile for you to even breathe. Oppression Olympics, wow. Isn't that what you've been doing for the last couple of years out here? The difference between you and me, again, I breathe easy. I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you've no conscience on anything that you've ever stated. Soon as a bitch says sick shit about my kids, I don't give a fuck what response I give. There you go. You hearing this? Does not care. She will say what she fucking wants. So to a certain CC, I'm speaking this part now too, to a certain CC who recently gave this person a pass, I would encourage you to go and mull this over. Read this and see exactly where she stands. Because as much as you might have forgiven the person, they clearly don't give a fuck. They're doubling down in this. They're excusing, minimizing, diminishing. Back to this shit post. So she breathes easy. As soon as a bitch says sick shit about my kids, I don't give a fuck what response to give. Talking about kids in the way is one of those things that you just don't do, especially the way mine were. Calling CYFD into my life, get the fuck out of here. Well, let me tell you something. Maybe you shouldn't have used your son then. Exploiting people, doxing their life. You've doxed multiple people day in, day out, and worse things than racism. It's worse, is it? It's worse than racism. Somebody having your picture, somebody maybe knowing where you live. That's worse than racism, is it? Golden, golden, golden. I hope you go look at this. A racist thinks that they are better than, superior. People who are misogynistic, bigots, and deeply prejudiced are full of the same hate. Race or color have nothing to do with it. It's about class. It's fighting each other. It's funny to me, y'all motherfuckers on the same bird, different wing. Hate is hate, love is love. I hate a handful of people. I try not to even use that word, but you all hate me. And you can't say it's acceptable because white milk over there lies openly in the most racist shit of all, and that's her boo. Well, guess what, bitch? You've been doing it for 3 years. 3 years. And putting the limelight on somebody else does not take the shine off your spotlight either. Not a competition or a lucky dip as to who fucking grabs the shortest straw. You're all the same. You're exactly the same. There is no way to justify anything racist at all. And paint yourself as a victim and say what was done to you was worse. No, it isn't. It really fucking isn't. So, Star, I expect to hear something from you because, like, you have an issue with me calling it out, right? Let's hear it from you. You're American. Let's hear it. Let's see you actually call Jelly out for what she said. Or anybody else for that matter. Because your silence is loud. I read some of these comments. The whole crew was garbage. They were raised by jackals. Classism and racism are not the same thing exactly or equal. And this isn't even like I'm Ireland and I shouldn't be over. It's literally the space that you're in and having respect. And if it's not, don't come back up to me either with the comments of it's not my place to call it out, because if it's not your place to call it out, it's not your place to be in them spaces then. You can't put one above the other. If you're in and out of different chats and you're in and out of different sectors, maybe remove yourself. I have no idea why you would go over to somebody else's platform in a whole different sector. That man's going to learn about Jelly and you soon enough. At the moment, you're over pandering to him because he's just a shiny new penny. As a matter of fact, when you go on into this conversation with him, Jelly actually says, well, the host actually says that, let me play it. And you can decide for yourselves.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's my twin, and we both racist.
Both racist.
Oh my God, I can't. He doesn't like black people, and I don't like white people. You're both stupid. I can't. I don't like white people either. You want to be honest?
I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's my twin, and we both. On the phone, and I would talk to her on the phone. Okay, that's what I am interested in hearing because I missed that part of it because Twin told me don't fall asleep and I dozed off. I was telling me at separate times that you thought each other were cool. It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with Snoopy. No, I'm just gonna listen. First of all, they think the reason why that Maggie, they think the reason why that Star, they don't think that. They're stupid. They're not dumb. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, they don't think shit like that. They think this. They think this. Lacey is a threat. They think this. Golden could be a threat if she had somebody behind her like Lacey that's going to amp her up and get her out of that phase where they can say, oh, Golden is boring. No, they know that iron sharpens iron. So they're trying to keep the smart motherfuckers away from each other because they know that me and Golden both have more talent than them and our fucking pinky fingers. And
you're not smart. And nobody is intimidated by you or that other CC that you mentioned. At all. At all. As a matter of fact, you don't matter. This is just being brought up as a point of reference. And maybe educating a few people like the ones that you sit with, like Star. You know, the dumb, thick, ignorant ones. Absolutely crazy. Hey, Loki. So this was over on Split's channel. I think he's called Sinister Minister. I will be tagging him to this video. Smelly so delusion. It's almost sad. Yeah. By all means, stay over there. But there's no reason you should be conversation about me. None. Especially with me calling this stuff out. Now, I'd expect it from Jelly, but Star, I want to hear your voice call it out. They went to a new area to get away. Are they talking about people over in this sector? Exactly. Crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. So I don't, like I said, I don't know about the comment with Lady Bridget. There are numerous. There are several examples of Melissa 37. The one I wanted to speak about with that was, yeah, I had said I saw her over, excuse me, on We the People. And on We the People, she did say that she had copied and pasted and the lyrics went up. There was a different story in Phantoms in the chat. Now, I don't know if that was somebody taking it out of context, but apparently it wasn't about, and let me just play it. I'll play where Tanika comes up. And then you'll get an understanding. So there you go, Star. I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody.
Can't control.
Hang on,
I can't.
sorry, no. Tanika, where are you?
What's better understanding of it can. All right, Mel says she's tired. Maybe next time, Scarlett. Maybe next time. Hello.
You gotta like so. I did before it even got out, okay? Because people hit me up.
Popping it. Yeah.
But Melissa, I did like.
So I think he's just peeping the scenery and is like, well, who is this nigga up all that night?
Let's get that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's family well. You know, so it's one of those, you know, just seeing the new nigga on the block.
Yeah.
Kind of popping it.
Apologies.
Yes, nigga.
You know, does that sound better?
No.
Yes. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with
I
it.
just come back and I had it. Nah, but I know I got background shit going on. We've been partying, playing spades and shit.
Are you wearing a dress or jeans?
Exactly, Nina.
Neither. I'm in the crib. Actually, when we had company, I was playing like some regular backup shorts and a t-shirt on. You know what I'm saying? T-shirt, my little house shoes, like, you know, is what it is.
Yeah. So do you understand what I was telling you earlier as far as with the Melissa situation?
Yeah, kind of, because I had a switch from. So I was playing space, and like my cousin, I was like, I'll be on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? My cousin is down here where I'm at in the Dirty South, and they from the Shy. And I was like, I be leading people to different channels. They be in the bushes and shit, you feel me? But as soon as I start, they laughed after we got done, like, doing some other shit and shit. Like, it's just like, damn, it was just like, yo, I heard my name, and I didn't know what it meant. So nigga ain't got no drawers on. I don't like drawers. That's funny, man. But yeah, you know, but I heard my name. And so that's what made me like, okay, why the fuck did I just turn this on and my name is being talked about? So I don't know anything that's going on, straight up.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm just explaining you the situation because you asked about it. That was the context your name was brought up, was that you're close to her and she's trying to be like you or something like that. So,
oh Lord, we hardly ever talk. But you know, at the end of the day, I am Black. You know what I'm saying? And, I've had these conversations, shout out to Melissa, but like, this is true. I've had these conversations because when the whole, the songs was being put out, you feel what I'm saying? If you from Atlanta, you know these songs, you know them by heart, you know these words are in the lyrics. And I thought it was very distasteful to post the lyrics, but I didn't even know about it. I got hit up, and I know people hit me up because they respected me and they respected my relationship with Melissa, because I call her sister. You understand what I'm saying? And so 3 days before everything had blew up or whatever, back when that shit was happening, I did let her know, like, yo, these motherfuckers is mad. And I went and I looked and I seen the post up under where people was telling her, like, take it down. They was trying to be nice. And then it just, stayed up. And then it became a big thing. But I'm a firm believer, if you love a song and you sending a message to somebody, I know every song I know, I'm going to sing it like from the heart, and I'm going to know every fucking word that's in that song. And so I think that was I think it was a dumbass move, put it like that. Okay?
Okay, so...
Which is a really nice way of saying that she knew what she was doing. That's how she's coming across. And I know Melissa and Tanika were good friends up until this point. And that did really affect Tanika, and she did call it out. And then, like I said, Melissa goes on to We the People.
Do you communicate with her on the back end about this shit?
I did before it even got out, okay? Because people hit me up. And I was trying to, I felt like they had love for me. And so they knew me and Melissa was close, right? They hit me up and I hit her up, right? I didn't get any feedback from it, right? But then when it blew up, I was like irritated because I tried to do my part. You know what I'm saying?
And what was
because
the song? Do you remember the song?
If you're from ATL, it was 2 songs, 2 different songs. I believe, don't give me the line. One was I'm buzzed. Damn, it was 2 different songs. Put it like, it wasn't one, because when she erased one, she didn't know that she had dropped the other one. It was 2 different songs. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's what I was trying to explain earlier with when people continue to say to her that she left the post up after she said she took it down. There were 2 different songs.
Okay.
It was 2 different lyrics, 2 different songs with the lyrics that had the N-word in it, right? But she didn't even know which one it was. So she erased the wrong one at that time. But the one, I didn't even know about the first one. I got hit up about, whatever they hit me up about. And I immediately asked her, like, I'm telling you, I said, what I told her, I'm like, the Black T-shirts are about to come for you. You need to make this right, I don't think you mean any harm by this. Like on some real shit. Hey, sis, clear this up. But I ain't worrying about it. They said I ain't worrying about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. And then it blew up from there. And I know it went from page to page. So I believe We the People, I believe, that caught it out or whatever. I was in and out of that live. I think I had to replay that live because I wasn't there when it was going down because I wasn't in like the building per se. But it was like warnings giving because I love my sister and everything, but like you can't say in one breath, I'm from ATL and I grew up around Black people or whatever, and say this is one of your favorite songs and not know the lyrics. Mm-hmm. That was my feeling on it. Like, so don't post the lyrics. If you don't say the lyrics, don't post the lyrics. And that's my take on it, straight up.
Mm. Well, yeah,
but it was two different songs. It was two different. It was Andre 3000. Damn, Outkast. I think it was an Outkast song. It was another song, but it was two different songs. So when Sis said she was going to erase a song, it was two fouls in the game. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, and it went ham. But I don't I'm trying to understand why my name is like. As soon as I was trying to tell my cousin I'd be on YouTube.
I just told you.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I'm just I'm reiterating. Okay.
All right. Let me ask you this because Vacay has a question.
Because I wasn't here.
Tanika, if her and 37 is friends, are you friends with her? Still friends.
I consider her as my sis, and yeah, we talk. We don't talk often at all, because like we don't. When we were talking, we don't ever talk about the YouTube shit. But it started getting deep. They start working, so I talk to them in chats mostly, like when I see them. But we ain't in the same chats. But no, we don't talk like that anymore, like that.
And I see why.
I don't mind.
Yeah, Flutter, that was my interpretation of it also, that it was just one song. But it was two, apparently, which is why she kept insisting that the post was down. You could say you can make a mistake once, but twice, I don't know. And I think Tanika is exactly right when she says, if you know a song, you know the lyrics of it. So you kind of know what you're posting. And even just say, granted, give her the benefit of the doubt, and you're back to this. You're back to Lady Bridget being called a slave. And her reasoning, her explanation for this in the chat was that she swiped across and that's the word that came out. She meant to write something else. She meant to write something else, but she swiped this. It just seems strange. And this. Here we go. She's saying it was Trevor Green. But she got then from Trevor Green. Well, the disrespectful word. And I think Tanika is after making a good point there too, to say because of where she grew up, because I know there's people basically claiming that recently, that they get a pass because of how they grew up or where they grew up. So living in a certain place or growing up in a certain area, that means you get a pass. And that there, Star, you dumb, slow fucking bitch, is the reason we have people like you and Jelly running around here. Jelly is literally saying in her post that she will not change her song lyrics. She'll make anything that she wants. She'll say what she wants. And calling Melissa the sacrificial lamb. I don't think she's a sacrificial lamb. I think this is a pattern of events that keep reoccurring. And there's no denying that. There is a pattern. But people get offended because I call that out. I'm actually offended, Star, that you sit and keep your mouth closed. You're white American. You don't challenge anybody that's in your company that speaks the way they do. No pass for racism ever. Exactly, Jane. Because there isn't. So like I said, the CC that gave Jelly the pass recently and was all about forgiveness, she's there playing in your face right now. Go look at that post. Go read it. Interpret it. Comprehend it. It's pretty obvious. She does not give a fuck about nobody. And she's an absolute racist. That's never going to change. So like I said, if you are comfortable with all of this shit going on, it is Ben's name, Maria, but without the E, there's an A. I just blocked it out out of respect for putting it up. I didn't want to show the actual word on the screen. She made multiple posts. And see, she made multiple posts to Mel after the song Explosion, trying to get attention with her baloney excuse. Correct. Yeah, she did. And here's the thing, right? After she got called out in Phantoms, she put up a post. She put up another post, basically saying she's not getting into it, like it didn't need any kind of acknowledgement. She left the chat. Phantom had offered her up on the panel to explain to people who were calling her out in the chat. And no, she goes to her channel and she put up a post. And this is the stuff that is supposed to be let go, Star, right? This is the stuff that you don't like being called out. This is the stuff you don't think should be highlighted. Or at least by me, which is fine. Let's see you do it. We're all waiting for you to do it. It's in your back door. They're people that you sit with, yet you are so quiet with them. But the problem is other people who highlight it tells me fucking loads about you. So that's really all I wanted to come on and address. I just wanted to put that out there. Star, you were part of the problem. You were part of the problem. The people that you excuse, including your fucking self, actually, you are the problem. I'm not going to mince my words here. If you're sitting with a racist and you're making comments like that, a white person somewhere else is calling out racism and it offends you, it's probably because you're racist too. Wouldn't be that far beyond you. You're going to another platform, another sector, to complain about somebody else that's calling it out. Make that make sense. You're a fucking disgrace. You're a disgrace. And with that, I'm going to wind down and leave it at that. Michelle, not even a difficult concept for them to understand it. Exactly. It really isn't. This is in your face stuff. And you have nothing to say about it other than I shouldn't be calling it out. That's the level of your response to this. I should not be calling it out. Let me leave that with you. Just check these comments. This stuff that gets overlooked because you're friends with them, because you sit with them, because you might get on with them in a chat, should always be called out. Always. Why do you think Melissa 37 made that fake post alibi and she's not Melissa OG? It's so she can get away with blackfishing in the sector. I actually have seen that Melissa other page. I don't know if that's Melissa 37 for sure, but if it is, Christ, because that person, if it is you, Melissa, that's a whole nother level. And that's disgusting. Where it isn't solid, it's in anger, it's in your heart. And that's the point, Michelle. It's either in you or it's not. And when it is, you'll see a pattern and it'll continue to happen, which it has. Have a good one, Jedi. So with that, thanks everybody for coming in. I'm not going to hold you. Have a great day. Yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, guys.